Well, let me tell you something. Hope is not blind optimism. Hope is not ignoring the problems that are out there. Hope is not pretending that things are okay, and if you say they aren't, somehow you must be out of touch. That's not what hope is. I know how hard it's going to be to change this country. I know how hard it will be to provide health care to every American. I know how hard it's going to be to make our education system work for every young person. I know how hard it's going to be to get our troops out of Iraq in a way that stabilizes the country. I know these things. I know because I've fought on the streets as an organizer. I've fought in the courts as a civil rights attorney. I have fought in the legislature, and I've won some battles, but I've lost some too because good intentions aren't enough. It's not matched with political will and political power. I know that. But here's what I also know. That nothing in this country has ever happened except somebody somewhere was willing to hope. That's how our founders started this great nation. They were going up against the mighty British Empire. Nobody gave them a chance. But they had hope. And they began this great experiment in democracy. This country that we love. That's how slaves and abolitionists resisted that wicked system, because they had hope. That's how, in the Great Depression, the greatest generation rose up and defeated fascism and was able to overcome a Great Depression. My grandfather was in World War II, fought in Patton's Army, marched across Europe, and then came back, and on the GI Bill was able to raise a family. They had hope. That's how women won the right to vote. That's how workers won the right to organize. That's how young people stood up on behalf of civil rights. Some of them sat down on behalf of civil rights. Some marched on behalf of civil rights. Some died for freedom's cause. That's what hope is. That's what hope is. Imagining and then fighting for what didn't seem possible before. In North Carolina, we have that opportunity right here and right now. You know, there's a moment in the life of every generation where that spirit of hope and possibility has to come through. Where we decide we're going to join together and not settle for what the cynics would tell you you have to accept. But where you decide we're going to create something better for everybody. This is our moment. This is our time. And if you will vote for me, if you will